Okay, guys. Hello and welcome. मैं आज सुबह से ट्राई कर रही हूँ कि आज एटलीस्ट मैं एक वीडियो बना दूँगी एंड इतनी प्लानिंग करने के बाद भी मुझे लगा कि ये चैनल को क्रिएट करने के लिए मेरे को एज नेचुरल एज पॉसिबल होना चाहिए। आज सुबह से मैं ट्राई कर रही हूँ कि यार आई वॉन्ट टू मेक दिस वीडियो, बट कुछ ना कुछ होकर कुछ तो हो जा रहा है और मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा कि कैमरा के सामने मैं क्या बोलूँ। आई थ्रू दिस चैनल आई रियली वॉन्ट टू हैव द पावर टू स्पीक माई माइंड. Being a crew for 10 years, I never got this opportunity. Speaking our mind was something that we were never taught because we were in a customer service industry. लेकिन 10 साल ऐसी इंडस्ट्री में रहने के बाद मुझे ऐसा लगा कि मुझे मेरी आवाज़ से लोगों को मोटिवेट करना है. I have learned so many lessons in my life and अगर वो lessons मैं अगर किसी को सिखा पाऊँ या वो स्टोरी शेयर करके अगर कोई इंसान लिटरली अगर थोड़ा मोटिवेट हो, that is something I really feel is the purpose of my life. दिमाग में बहुत कुछ है कि क्या करना है with this channel, but I am going to try to keep it as natural as possible. आज हम बात करेंगे कि मैंने इंडिगो क्यों छोड़ा. मतलब आप लोगों के इतने सारे मैसेजेस आए एंड मेरे पास एक्चुअली दिस इज अ लॉन्ग लिस्ट एंड इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी मैं कि कैसे समराइज करूं. तो मैंने सोचा है कि मैं इस वीडियो को 3 रीजनिंग से दूंगी. फर्स्ट इज गोइंग टू बी माय पर्सनल रीजन, सेकंड इज द प्रोफेशनल रीजन, and third is something new, that is a spiritual reason. Okay, now when I am going to talk, आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी लगेगी connected to spirituality, not that I was always in it, but अब जितना मेरे को जानकारी मिल रही है उससे मुझे feel हो रहा है and I'm able to connect that throughout my life I was only performing actions based on the inner voice. Throughout the video and throughout, if you would listen, हाथ ज़्यादा नहीं हिलाने चाहिए. आप जितना ये चैनल के साथ जुड़े रहेंगे, मैं चाहती हूँ कि लोग जैसे दूसरों को देखकर कभी नहीं बताते कि उनकी स्ट्रगल स्टोरीज क्या थी एंड हाउ डिड दे रियली फाइट एंड वो कैसे इस पोजीशन में पहुँचे हैं. नॉट मैनी पीपल वुड रियली लाइक टू शेयर एंड आई वुड लव टू यूज़ दिस प्लेटफॉर्म टू शेयर माई स्टोरीज, एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड लर्निंग सो दैट इफ़ यू फील दैट यू आर अलोन, इट वुड जस्ट एश्योर यू दैट आप अकेले नहीं हो. आपके साथ ही जो सिचुएशन हो रही है उसमें आप अकेले नहीं हो. एंड इफ़ यू वुड get inspired or motivated after hearing to my stories, that would be something that I would feel like an achievement. अब स्टार्ट करते हैं मेरी पर्सनल रीज़न से. मेरा एक्सपीरियंस 10 साल का था इन एविएशन विद वन एयरलाइन दैट इज़ इंडिगो. एंड व्हेन स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम जब मैंने इंडिगो ज्वाइन किया, आई वाज जस्ट 20 years old and for me this world was really beautiful. I did not even think twice. It just really happened. And I thought, okay, this is God's grace. And I know for sure that this is something that I was really meant for. Like, I really feel that this job really fits me. There was nothing better I could have done in these 10 years. So, but, personally, I thought my learning from this particular job in this particular airline is over. So I really wanted to explore how can I really grow myself. I really wanted to see कि मैं किस तरह अपने आप के ऊपर फोकस करके अपनी स्किल्स को एनहांस कर सकती हूँ. अब यू ऑल से कि हाँ मेरी पब्लिक स्पीकिंग स्किल्स, मेरी वॉइस ओवर बहुत अच्छे हैं, बट लाइक आप लोग को देखकर बिल्कुल भी आइडिया नहीं होगा कि आई वॉज समबडी हु वॉज रियली shy and very introverted, and I really did not like to interact with anybody. I did not even have confidence. So आज जो मैं अपने आप को देखती हूँ, I really feel that ये confidence of speaking मुझे मेरी job की वजह से आया है, just because I was the lead of the flight and I felt really proud in doing great announcements. And I know, like, for a flight attendant, if you do great announcements, there would be nobody on your flight to even talk to you like in a really ill manner. So flight attendants, if you're watching this, and if you do announcements, make sure that up crisp, clear, with a stern voice kare, which should also be pleasing. That would really, that is the first impression, if not the first, definitely the second impression. That would really help you in making your flight comfortable for yourself. And for the passengers, of course, they would feel great. अब बात आती है पर्सनल गोल की. सो 10 साल मैंने स्पेंड किए एज अ फ्लाइट अटेंडेंट, जिसमें से आई वॉज 8 years फ्लाइंग एज अ लीड. नाउ लीड इज़ समथिंग हर किसी को बनना होता है, एंड आई वॉज रियली लकी कि मैं 18 months में लीड बन गई थी, एंड आई वॉज हेडिंग द फ्लाइट at the age of 21. Imagine, like, I love the power. I was on the ninth cloud. But you know, as we grow, the expectations grow, and when, unlike other industries or other airline, there was no really increment happening in a salary. So if I joined Indigo, say, at 10,000 rupees, even after 6 years, I'm still earning 10,000 rupees because there is no increment every year for the crew. So I was like, oh my god, I am a lead since 8 years. I am earning so much. I was like, these girls who are now becoming leads are just earning like me. So like, I was like, no, this is not done. And professional growth की बात करें, उसमें कोर लीड एंड चेक लीड का मौका मिलता है, बट लाइक आई रियली डिड नॉट हैव द एनर्जी टू पुट इन सो मच ऑफ एनर्जी एनी विच वेज, बिकॉज flying was getting really tough, and the more you're high in an hierarchy, the more job you have, the more responsibilities you have. And that's the reason, you know, I really knew that that is something I would not want to take, even if there was an option. However, there wasn't. So that was something very personal in my personal growth, and I thought, you know, I'd rather work on myself harder, and I think I would do much better. Even though if not much better, at least I would have a lot of peace, I would be healthy. So talking about healthy, oh my god, I cannot sleep until sunrise. And ये मुझे फ्लाइंग के बाद हुआ. वैसे तो बचपन से ही मुझे रात बहुत पसंद थी, बट लाइक आफ्टर एविएशन, लाइक इफ यू हैव 2 o'clock का फ्लाइट, 3 o'clock का फ्लाइट, would you really sleep at like 12 or 10? Like, I generally don't sleep at 12 or even 2 at night, so it was kind of difficult. So all these years I never slept for my flight, which was really not healthy for me, and that's the reason I suffered from anxiety. I was never rested on my flights, and there's this thing with if you're not in schedule, you don't have any schedule, you don't eat, you don't sleep at proper time, what do you think would happen to your body and your mind, any which ways? So that is something that I suffered from. There was immense back pain. I am still suffering from immense back pain, like from lifting bags, heavy bags. So passengers, if you're listening to this, if you are able to lift your bag by yourself, please carry it in the aircraft. If you're not able to, and if you know that you would need assistance, I would highly recommend you to please check in your bags, because we girls out there, we are hardly 45, 55 kgs, and it is really not possible for us to just lift up your bag which weighs 15 kilos, 10 kilos, sorry. And no, and sometimes, it's not even 10 kilos, it's higher than that. So what do? You don't even assist us with a helping hand. What do? We suffer from back pain. So that is what I suffered from. Also, I thought that I have had enough. I am really not able to speak on my mind. I am somebody who really loves to be vocal, and I have to say what's in my mind. I did my best to control it, but yeah, but I think I had enough. I thought it's my time to now use my vocal cords for something else, that is inspire people living a better life. Since I am in my journey, and if I figure it out, I would love to use this platform to share my thoughts and my experiences, my learnings with you, and if you would feel like you may just come along the same journey. Now, talking about personal, this one thing really personal, I am married since 8 years, and we have somebody in the family who's not really keeping okay, and I really had to come back from my work to support my husband in helping in his situation, and take care of the house. So for me, I thought, okay, personally, I think it's my time to get back home, and any which ways I wasn't really enjoying without Saurabh. So I really felt like running from Chandigarh and coming back to Ahmedabad. Kind of, I was missing Ahmedabad. I don't know why, but like after moving to Chandigarh, Ahmedabad की इज्जत मेरे आँखों में बहुत बढ़ गई है. And मैं चाहती हूँ कि ये मैं व्लॉग वीडियो हिंदी में करूँ, बट जस्ट बिकॉज मैं हमेशा शेयर करती हूँ कि मेरे थॉट्स, इफ आई रियली हैव टू टॉक फ्रॉम माई ब्रेन्स, जनरली वो इंग्लिश में आएगा. एंड इट वॉजंट लाइक दिस बिफोर. इट इज़ बिकॉज आई रियली वॉन्टेड इट टू हैपन, क्योंकि मेरी जर्नी एज अ फ्लाइट अटेंडेंट में मुझे ये बहुत काम आया है, दिस प्रोसेस ऑफ लर्निंग इंग्लिश. एंड मैं हमेशा लोगों को बताती हूँ. Any which ways, we'll talk about it in some other video. However, let's move on to personally, I would really want to add that if I talk about anxiety, there would be like huge, big story time video on like what caused me anxiety. But why the hell should we talk about sad topics? Let's talk about some motivation, some challenges, and some learnings. So talking about professionally, okay, imagine a 20-year-old joining aviation, earning amazing, like उस वक्त 10 साल पहले earning whatever the amount we were earning was something huge. And after every 6 months there was a hike, because aviation was growing at that point of time and there was a lot of competition. I enjoyed that time monetarily, and like after spending few years, I could see that I was attaching my growth to Indigo's growth. So like I thought, okay, if Indigo is growing, obviously I am going to grow. But that was something wrong. मैंने जो ये thought process था वो मुझे बहुत harm किया, because expecting from Indigo to grow faster actually created a lot of frustration in me. And मुझे इस तरह था कि यार मैं grow ही नहीं हो रही. And हर एक चीज़ मेरे आसपास महंगी होती गई, और मेरी सैलरी जो 6-7 सालों से थी वो वैसी की वैसी रह गई. And especially moving to Chandigarh, I remember the time when I could afford a 3 bedroom house in my salary, and now that house costs in crores, and I was like in a state of shock that my salary is staying same, and I am really not able to afford anything. And again, Corona happened, and at that point of time, the entire world was shut. But we people in aviation, we slogged our asses. So जब कोरोना हुआ तो उस वक्त बहुत सारे क्रू को चेकआउट कर दिया था, एंड बहुत सारी एयरलाइंस कम क्रू के साथ फ्लाई कर रही थी, विद मोस्ट ऑफ द फ्लाइट्स ग्राउंडेड. जब ये हो रहा था, बस इंडिगो एक ऐसी एयरलाइन थी जो फुल फ्लेज चल रही थी. उन्होंने अपने एयरक्राफ्ट जो जितने वो कोविड से पहले उड़ा रहे थे, वो लिमिट भी उन्होंने क्रॉस कर ली थी कोविड में, एंड बहुत सारे क्रू को ऑलरेडी चेकआउट कर दिया था. सो वी वर ऑल्सो नॉट गेटिंग पेड फॉर द एक्स्ट्रा आवर, सो आवर सिचुएशन वॉज वेरी टफ. Passengers are flying, we are working more than 100%. There was a crew crunch, that means we were overworked, we were flying over hours. Also, we were not getting paid. So flying for like 80-100 hours every month for 2 years, and not really getting that motivation to work so hard because we were not getting paid. So there was this environment in the entire aviation which was really, really toxic for the company itself, because the employees were really not happy. I tried my best to not attach myself to the monetary losses, but it eventually happened to me. You go on flights, you think, okay, the flights would be really refreshing. You come on flights, but the crew are cribbing, they are sad, they're fucked up, nobody's really happy, nobody really wants to talk positively. Everybody is like working as a zombie with no care. I don't know, like it was really dead environment, and I would not point one, but everybody, we were like so frustrated with the situation, and we had to face this for 3 years. And yes, I would still say that that point of time we were happy that we really have our jobs, because other people were really stressed, they were chucked out, other airlines were not paying their crew. But for us, the situation lasted for so long that eventually everybody was so frustrated, and most of them resigned. And during that time, I wanted to resign as well. And I wanted to not only resign at that time, I wanted to resign long back. I'm planning to resign since 4 years. But being in this industry is just not like a normal industry. You get so addicted to the lifestyle, to the perks, to the power that you get with the AP, to the power that we get in an aircraft with our uniforms. Even though people saying that crew, who we don't really respect the crew, and even as a crew we feel that passengers don't respect us. But when we are without our uniform, do we really get that kind of attention? Do we really get that kind of love and that glare from little girls? No. So now when I don't have that AP, I respect the respect that we used to get as a crew. और जब हम क्रू होते हैं, हम कभी उसकी रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करते हैं, और कभी ऐसे फील भी नहीं आता दैट वी आर रिस्पेक्टेड. बट आज I really feel that yes, there were times when we were disrespected, but there were really times when people loved and thanked us for our service and blessed us. So वो एक phase चल रहा था मेरा. And then I was so bored of Ahmedabad flying, I thought of just moving to another base, and I chose Chandigarh. Now Chandigarh for a few months was beautiful. I enjoyed But I was bored now again, like living alone. What do? I don't have my family, I don't have any friends. And my husband was supposed to come, but then later on, like, I decided Chandigarh is not the city for us, and Ahmedabad is something that I would really love to consider. So Chandigarh thing happened, and that is something like, while I was there in Chandigarh for first 3 months, I really enjoyed like a teenager. इतने मज़े, इतनी पार्टीज, इतना अच्छा खाना, इतना घूमी, इतना सब कुछ अच्छा किया. Eventually हर मज़े की बोरियत आती है, and the same happened to me. And then I started missing my home so much. I started missing the comfort of just laying beside my husband and watching Netflix, and that was something that I was missing. And I really feel I'm not that girl जो really happy रहेगी in being single or really happy रहेगी without a partner. I really love being in relation. I really love to be with a partner. I really love being married. So what was the point of me being married and staying away without my husband and not even enjoy working? Professionally, I had stopped enjoying working. It was only the time Airhostess Didi happened in my life, I bloomed as a flight attendant even more. I started attending to my passengers like, I don't know, like gods, and I really enjoyed doing that. But as Airhostess Didi was growing and I was enjoying flying, I met few beautiful people who encouraged me and like really blessed me. And I also met few people who were just jealous, who really made me feel uncomfortable, who really made sure that on my flight they would act as if I am nobody just because I was somebody. That started happening as soon as I moved to base. All these girls jealous in Ahmedabad wanted my account shut, and the new girls in Chandigarh also wanted my account shut. I had to fight a lot, but there was a lot of blessings, there was a lot of support from the God. I cannot say about somebody in the company because I really have no connection with somebody like that. I throughout my life wanted to be a crew जिसको कोई नहीं जानता. And अचानक से, and vlogging was something that I really did since 2012 because I loved it during my college days. Now imagine running a blog spot, and Instagram was a new thing and Reels were a new thing, and I was doing everything, and Airhostess Didi just took off, and nobody could have ever imagined in span of 6 months I would have like 130k followers, and like everybody were shocked. And there was a time in Indigo wherein like girls were asked to delete the Instagram accounts, and I don't know what happened. It was me and only my account running at that point of time. Nobody really opposed me until I was famous, and people started opposing me only after my videos started going viral. And I was like, okay, too much. And after going to Chandigarh, every alternate flight I used to find somebody not so great and few people like so amazing. And I thought, I can't really handle all this drama every day. This is not really something that I want to do. Go home, type a mail, answer a mail, and I was frustrated. After 10 years of flying, having 0 passenger complaints against me, after having 0 issues against me, why would I want to invite problems in my life? So I knew I had confidence in me. मुझे मेरे पर इतना विश्वास है. मुझे ये देखना था कि क्या ये मेरा ब्लॉग सिर्फ एयरहोस्टेस दीदी एज अ फ्लाइट अटेंडेंट की वजह से चल रहा है. एंड आई न्यू फॉर श्योर दैट इज़ नॉट द फैक्ट. एंड कहीं ना कहीं शायद दूसरों को भी लग रहा होगा, वट एवर, आई डोंट गिव अ शिट. बट I wanted to prove to myself this is a comfort zone. I now know how to become a content creator. I know how to make reels. Now I know how content creation works. So let me just try something else. Let's get out of the comfort zone of me thinking that this might only be because of the uniform. And I did it because I really don't like uh, feeling weak because of somebody or something. So that is something personally. Now, when I tell you, now let's move on to spiritual reason. Now, when I tell you in my life, I have only taken decisions based on the inner voice that I have. Now, it's said to me that let's go for the interview. I went for the interview, go for Indigo. I went for Indigo. Let's get married at 24. I got married at 24. Let's buy a house. I got a house. Let's go. It was something that it was just coming from within, and when it happens, I have to do it. If I don't do it, I will be in a state of depression. It would be something that would irritate me. And the same thing happened to me when I had to move to Chandigarh. Now the same voice, no, this is my time. I have to get out of this loop of my comfort zone of my life with my husband. And you would feel stupid. Who would leave a beautiful house, a beautiful husband who's so caring and supportive just to explore and get out of the comfort zone? But let me tell you guys, that was really, really helpful for me. I can talk about the experiences that I gained, the knowledge I gained, the benefit of staying alone, at least for a few months. And that can be a whole another story time video. I think I'm like too close. So now the same thing happened in Chandigarh, and I went to Chandigarh from this mindset that I'm going to just explore myself, enjoy my life, and come back in 6 months taking a transfer. Now one fine day what happened was I fell sick on a flight just before the flight on a Delhi layover, and I wasn't really feeling okay. So much so that I had to pray to the God, like literally Hanuman Chalisa suni, Shiv Bhagwan ka mantra suna to eliminate negativity. And I don't know what really happened that morning. I had breakfast and a cup of coffee, and that's it. I went for my flight and I was really not feeling okay. I tried to have another meal, but I couldn't before the flight in the hotel. I went for the flight. Before the flight, मैंने उनको बोला, doctor, could you please check my BP? I'm not really okay. And that's when I got to know that the anxiety that I had all this time was really not a normal one. Doctors were like, do you really want to do the flight? And I was like, I can really do one sector, and any which ways, there's just one flight. And I can land in Chandigarh, and like somebody else can continue for the further 2 sectors. But they are like, no, we are not letting you do this flight. You have to report sick. I reported sick. They asked me to stay on sick leave for a while. So I was on sick leave, and all this time I was really getting ready what is next in my life, because personally I was frustrated. I really didn't want to do this now, just because I really felt that I have to learn something more. I have to be something more. I was really not satisfied traveling domestic, and I just don't know. I really didn't know. I was very frustrated, and I didn't know what the hell is going to happen next, because coming to Chandigarh was a big decision for me, and I had imagined that our entire family would move, but I was again so irritated by the vibe itself that I thought that no, this is not the city for me. Then I was on sick leave and I was taking care of myself. I was sleeping on time, eating healthy because I had to. I just couldn't stay calm at home during the sick leave. every day there was this push from within. This is it, when the hell are you going to do it, when the hell are you going to do it?